The Biden gun control agenda is part and parcel of the left-wing crusade to weaponize government against law-abiding citizens while letting criminals roam free. They're all over the place. I've never seen anything like it. You're afraid to walk through one of these Democrat cities. You go out for a loaf of bread, you end up getting shot. As president, I will end the weaponization of our government, including the ATF, the FBI, and the DOJ. They've weaponized our country. I will dismantle and destroy the deep state. We made a big progress. And that includes the gun-grabbing bureaucrats who are persecuting gun owners and manufacturers every single day. People are getting persecuted by these left-wing maniacs. No longer will government target the left's political enemies. Instead, we will once again target violent criminals. I want to go after the criminals. These are mentally deranged or bad people, and we have to go after them and stop worrying about somebody that will never hurt anybody with a gun, just wants the gun for protection or whatever. We will get them behind bars, and we will keep them behind bars. They don't even, now in New York, we have a district attorney. You can kill somebody, and you don't even have to put up bail. They're out the next hour, 2 hours. It's insane, and that's true with many different cities. I don't even know, you talk about April Fool's Day. I don't even know who would think that this is good. Murderers, killers, violent animals are released onto the streets immediately. They don't even spend time in jail. The first duty of government is to protect its citizens. As an example, when you see these gangs of hundreds of young, usually young people, go and attack an department store in San Francisco and Los Angeles and Chicago, and they run in by the hundreds, and they're running out carrying refrigerators and carrying air conditioners and big stuff, big, little, everything. Fur coats, non-fur coat, everything they're carrying. They empty out the stores. And our police are incredible, but they're not allowed to do their job. They want to do their job so badly. They're standing there, they're shaking, they want to do their job. It'd be so easy to do. But they're not allowed to do their job because of these radical lunatics we have thinking they're doing the right thing. I don't even think they do think they're doing the right thing. The politically incorrect truth that no one on the left wants to admit is that violent crime is rarely committed by legal gun owners. It is committed by a brutal class of hardened, repeat criminals. That's who's doing it. In San Francisco, and who would have thought San Francisco, one of the most beautiful cities in the world? In San Francisco, murder suspects have an average of 13.9 prior arrests and 9.2 felony arrests. Think of that one. In Portland, shooting suspects have an average of 8 prior arrests and 9 criminal charges. In Washington, D.C., a place that I'm very familiar with, 4 years, when I saw tents going up, I had to take them down immediately. Immediately. You can't do that on these incredible parks and these incredible monuments, and they were putting tents up, and I take them down immediately because you can do that much easier than when you have hundreds and even thousands. You have to see what's happened to Washington, D.C. since I've left. It's horrible. Beautiful lawns with tents all over. No respect for our country, no respect for anything. But in Washington, D.C., an estimated 70% of all violent crime, and there's a lot of it involving guns, is concentrated among a group of just 500 chronic lawbreakers. Think of that. With most suspects arrested 11 times at least before being involved in a murder. They ultimately end up in a murder. And then they end up getting like a year, and sometimes less, and sometimes they're not even prosecuted. The only one they want to prosecute is Donald Trump. Let's get Trump. Let's get that son of a bitch. Let's get him. It's unbelievable, actually. These people are sick. They are lunatics. This career criminal class cares nothing about gun laws in Chicago. Just 3% of prison inmates who used a gun bought it at a store. So all of the gun owners in this room, a lot of them. Who's a gun owner? Who's a gun owner, first of all? let's go differently. Is there anybody in the room who doesn't own a gun? Please raise your hand if you have the courage. Okay, and how many people own gun stores and sell guns? How many people in the room? Okay, good. Good, that's a good business. That's good. But let's be very clear, the issue is not too many guns. The issue is too many thugs, hoodlums, and savage criminals on our street. That's really what the issue is. Instead of getting these dangerous killers into jail, we have radical DAs and attorney generals, prosecutors, all across this country subverting the law to attack conservative people and religious people, evangelicals, Christians. The very same raging radical left lunatic attorney general that is coming after me in New York State is also waging war on the NRA, shamefully trying to destroy this legendary organization that's been an American institution since 1871. You know, when the NRA endorsed me in 2016 for the 2016 campaign, it was fairly early. And I do have two sons who are really good shots. I don't know if you know. Eric and Don. If they were golfers, they'd be scratch. Maybe better than scratch, actually. But they're really good. They've been a member of the NRA for a long time. And I think maybe that helped. But they endorsed me. That was considered one of the greatest things to do. That was like getting into the Wharton School of Finance or getting into Harvard or getting into a great college. That was a great thing. And they endorsed me very early. And it was a great honor. We did a great job. And they better endorse me again. Well, they're going to have some explaining to do. They'll have some explaining to do. No, I think we're in pretty good. I do believe we're in pretty good shape. And when you see the polls in a little while, you can understand that we're in pretty good shape. I've never seen such spirit as there is right now. I've never seen. And part of that, sadly, is because they are doing such a horrible job of running our country, which is really destroying our country. And I think it makes us even more popular, to be honest with you. They are doing such a horrible job. What they're doing is destroying our great country.